What's going on, guys? Tigerz here. Welcome back to another video. I'm actually thinking of making a separate channel for these things, just for like my business side of stuff, because a lot of these tutorial videos, or the only ones I've done, go on my website, which will be in the video description. But basically, I thought I'd do a tutorial today because for many months I've been trying to figure out how to organize my directory in Lightroom. So basically, the directory is obviously all the file locations for your images that are in Lightroom. So I'm going to show you guys today what I did, because I didn't really find too many good tutorials on how to do this efficiently. Because basically what I'd do before in the past was basically whenever I uploaded images onto my PC, I'd make a folder, and then I'd name the folder, you know, whatever. So, you know, go and let's have a look. You know, I call it like, you know, Bassingbourn August 2018. That's just like an example, obviously. And then inside that folder, I'd make another folder called Favorites, and I'd go in Bridge, and because they're of course they're all NEF files. One thing else I want to add is I'm mainly editing on my MacBook, but I just thought it'd be easier to record it on my PC. A lot of these pictures and things are not very new, but anyway. So yeah, so what I'd do is I'd make the favorites folder, go into Bridge, and then I'd, you know, do the star ratings of images. So like, okay, I like this one, I'm gonna give it 5-star, or if I don't like it, I just won't give it any stars, or I'll reject it. And then after that, I'll change the filter to have star ratings of, you know, like 2 and above or something like that. And then I'll put all of those photos that I've star rated into the favorites folder. Then I go into Lightroom, I'd import, you know, the stuff as I do, find the folder, which is the favorites folder, and then I'd import all the photos. And then what would lead me here was it would just say favorites, favorite, and all of them would just say favorites originally. So then obviously when I come in here and I'm trying to find something, it's really not very efficient. It takes a long time because you're having to look through every one, especially on MacBook if you're using iCloud. A lot of your folders will be on the iCloud, so you won't actually be able to access them. It will say, you know, like the photo is missing, and you'll have to go and find it, download it onto your machine, blah blah blah. Now, I'm going to show you guys today how you can easily sort this. If you've had Lightroom for a while and you've done the same thing as me, and you've got all favorites folders, it may take you a little bit of time. It took me a couple of hours to make sure everything was nice and neat. This took me about 20 minutes because there's not really much on this machine. But I'm going to show you guys today how I did it. So let's get started. So what I did first of all is I made a folder anywhere on your machine, preferably near your catalog folder. You want to name the folder, you know, photo library, whatever you want to do, something that, you know, you're going to put all your photos in. So I chose photo library. You can choose what you want. And in that folder, just to make Lightroom aware of where the folder is, you know, just import a random photograph. Okay. When you have that one photograph in, you come into Lightroom, you import it as you normally do. And what it'll do is it'll add a folder into your directory called, you know, whatever you call it, so photo library. And then after that, what you want to do is you can either delete that photo if it's already in your Lightroom, or you can, you know, just leave it there. And then what you want to do is this little drop down, create new folder. You get add subfolder or add folder. And what this can do is subfolder is if you're selecting, so your photo library, you can create a subfolder, which would be, you know, these, which are going to be folders within that folder. So what you can do, this isn't very organized, but I'm going to probably, my MacBook one is a lot more organized, of course, because, you know, that's what I use primarily. But what you can do is you can make it like, you know, landscapes, portraits, travel. Travel's a good one, because if you ever go on a day out anyway, you can literally just put the name of the place and the date and then chuck it in there. And yeah, so that's like a you know, simple way to do it. You can also do year. So if you have like old directories, say at the end of this year, you want to like group this all up, chuck it in 2018 or 2019, whichever. Then you can do that. So then, you know, in the future, you can just go, you know, drop down 2018. I mean, this is obviously needing organising. There's not really much in there that I use anyway, but, you know, so then you'll have basically this entire directory here from landscapes to uncategorized, put into a year folder, which you can look back on in the future. Or you can, you know, put it on external hard drives, which I can do in another video if that is what you would like to do. But yeah, so that's quite a neat way of doing it. And then basically what you can do after that is, you know, basically because you'll have all your favorites folders. I don't really know how to show you this as an example. I'll just set up a scenario for you guys quick, and I'll well, obviously we'll snap to the next clip. Okay, so we're back. So I've just put some random photos that I've got together off my old drone sort of directory as the first folder I saw. But basically, when you've imported a folder into Lightroom, if you've done what I do and name them favorites, and it might have like a longer file path. So it's just like the D directory, and then it's just under favorites because I've just chucked it in there. But that might say favorites, or it might say photo library, blah blah blah, holiday 2018, but stuff like that. You don't need to worry about that, because basically what Lightroom will do is basically if you move files in Lightroom, so in the directory. So if I say favorites, I want to rename that, so you can just do that by right clicking, press rename. Something I kept doing at first was accidentally pressing remove, because when you look at the first part, it's like, oh yeah, same thing. Anyway, but yeah, so what you want to do is rename, so you can call it Bassingbourn. Wow, my hands in the microphone's in the way of my keyboard. Bassingbourn, and then drone footage or drone pictures. So you can press enter, which will do save, and then you'll have this. But as you can probably tell, it's not underneath this directory. So what you then want to do is open up the desired path, where you can make a new one by adding a subfolder, and then you can name that to whatever. Let's just do that for demonstration's sake. We'll make sure we're selecting the right folder that you want it to be under. We can put it under travel, maybe, but I mean, it's just whatever folder you want to do it under. You can even do it under these. Basically, if it's got a grey arrow, you might be able to see that. That means it's not got any subfolders. If it's got a light grey down arrow or arrow, that means it's got subfolders. So if I press that, I know that there's going to be the different subjects. Okay, so what you want to do is press add subfolder, and then you'll type in, drone picture, drone pictures. We'll just took that for now. And then, as you can see, it will add it to the top here with the grey arrow, meaning there's no subfolder. So what you want to do is you want to literally just drag this, and you'll see it's got a box with a plus sign. This means you're moving it, so you can just drag down to the folder you want to put it in, release left click, and it will say moving files on disk. So basically, when you move the file in Lightroom, it will move it on your folders. So as you can see at the minute, just in my D drive, I've got this Bassingbourn drone pictures. Once I've pressed move, you can also press don't show again if you don't want to see this message again, because obviously if you know that it's going to do that. But anyway, for this time we'll just press move. And as you can see, the file has just moved. We can go to photo library, and we have drone pictures, and in there is our folder. So it's a really good way of organizing things. It's very neat, and for a long time I didn't have it organized very well. And it just came into complications where, especially in university, because I do photography in uni, I'm trying to find a specific shoot I've done because I want to re-export the photograph for a project or something. I can't find it, and it becomes tedious and really annoying. Or if I want to do re-edits of photos, etc., etc. But yeah, so obviously once you've done this, another cool thing that I can show you guys. The number on the right hand side is the number of photos within that directory. So as you can see at the top, it says 412. So that would be the overall photo count within the entire folder of photo library. So drone pictures would be 5, and then obviously there's no pictures in the drone pictures, but there's the file of the drone pictures in that subfolder. So that's called just one, and it's got 5. So it's these two, there's 5 in this and 5 in that. So that's what there is in that folder. But yeah, so it's really useful. So you can see now I did 14 pictures on this snow day, so I can go in there, and then it'll only show me those pictures. But if I go on photo library, it'll show me everything from every folder underneath it. So every subfolder is going to have it in it. One thing I like to do with portraits as well is obviously I've got the names of the subjects. This is just me for privacy's sake. So it's just all the pictures of me, or I can have every single folder of every picture of every person. Which is a really, really good way of having things. So yeah, if this video helps you guys, I'd really appreciate if you left a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to the channel, or check out my website, which will be in the description below, or maybe on the tag at the top right of the screen right now. Depends on if I can be bothered to do it or figure it out. But yeah, so yeah, I hope this video helps you guys. I'm going to be making some more videos. In the next video, I'm going to be doing a bridge tutorial on how to add metadata and file naming. That's mostly for when you first import photos onto your computer, so that'll be a really handy tutorial for any of you new Lightroom users or Adobe users that have just got the packages. So yeah, if you guys want to check those videos out, that'll be really great. Just make sure you leave feedback if there's anything you thought I didn't touch upon that I could touch upon, or if I maybe said wrong, because everyone makes mistakes. Then do feel free to leave a comment in the description in the comment section below. That'll be great. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Tigerz, peace out.